Let's get started. Well, for those of you that don't know me, I am Debbie Waidl. I am a migraine freedom expert, and I have been supporting women for quite a few years now, helping them be able to stop with the Band-Aid fix and actually get to the root cause of their migraines. And I think probably the best part of my job is this, when I get to chat with women who've gone through the program and watch the evolution, watch, how they've gone from having migraines and all these other health things going on to actually achieving their migraine freedom. And Marie has been so gracious with her time today and is going to hop on in just a quick second here to share her story of what it was like to achieve her migraine freedom. And it's a few hours later for Marie. What are we catching you at, like the afternoon right now, Marie?
Yeah, 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not
Yeah.
too bad, not too bad. But anyway, Marie, why don't you just share a little bit about yourself so everybody knows who they're listening to today, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Marie, and I'm here in the north of England. Very warm, which is great. Very warm summer, which is very unusual. And yeah, I'm here with my migraine freedom. And yeah, very happy to be here and spend some time with you, Debbie. It's lovely to see you again and to share my story with whoever's listening. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, I know it's bittersweet when you ladies graduate because we get so close throughout the program. It's so hard to let you go. So I love when we get to do these special events so that I get to see you again and chat with you. So let's dive right in. If we can try to remember back to, quite a few months ago before you joined the program, I remember you saying that you hadn't been yourself for like 3 years. And I think
Mm.
I wrote down what your words were. You said you're kind of living a half life and you don't want this anymore. What did you mean by that when you said that to me?
Yeah, well, I just meant that I just wanted my life back, really. I just felt like I didn't recognize myself anymore, and it wasn't just having the migraines, it's everything that comes with that, just like not doing the things that I loved and just not even feeling like much enthusiasm or joy in my life, really, just waiting for the next migraine and just trying to drag myself through everything. And I was just done, really. I wanted to feel free again. Wanted to live, really. So I was just ready to like do what I needed to do to get better. And yeah.
Yeah, but it was hard for you to join it first. You and
Mm,
I had a conversation and you were a little bit hesitant, and you mentioned that, well, I can push through this on my own. I don't need any help. I'm not as bad as other people here.
yeah.
So what was that tipping point? It wasn't that you and I didn't connect. We had a great conversation, but you're like, no, I'm good. So what made you decide to join?
Yeah, well, I think firstly the reason I didn't join was probably because of that. I felt like I was like, oh, I don't know if I can spend more money. I kept thinking, maybe I haven't tried enough. Like
Hmm.
maybe I've not, it's like that mentality of like pushing myself harder. Like maybe I haven't done everything. Maybe I've been lazy in that area and then, you know, I've missed something. And I'd spent so much money as well, like in those 3 years. And I just thought, oh, I don't know if I can spend any more money. But then what happened was after we'd spoken and I had really connected with you and I really believed in the course, there wasn't a doubt about that. It was just like I had a bit of, I think I had to overcome like this idea that it was okay to spend on myself and to really, and I think I sensed as well that the difference with what you were offering was that I was really going to have to commit and really like make those a lot of effort myself as well. And it was like, I think we all just want like someone to go here, take this and you'll be fine. And all the things I tried, they were all kind of natural things, but they were just that. They were like, have a homeopathic tablet or have this. And it's like, oh, it's not working. And I kind of sensed that I was going to have to put a lot of effort in. And I was like, am I ready to do this? But then after we spoke, I think I got like a 9-day migraine. And
Mhm.
it was I was like, no, I haven't got the energy to do it myself,
Yeah.
like without support. I knew I needed to do it myself with support, but I just didn't have the energy. I thought I can't, I'm on my knees, like I literally don't know what else to do. So that was what. made the decision for me. It was kind of a blessing, that migraine, really, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, you hate to think of a 9-day migraine as a blessing, but sometimes it's a motivator, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
motivator. Yeah,
yeah.
I love how you said, you brought up the fact that you were trying on your own before. That was hard, but
Mm.
you wanted to be able to still do the things you were doing, but with support. And I think that's a key thing that many women think when they join a program, whether it's the Freedom from Migraine method or something else, they feel like they have to stop every single thing that they did before, and now they have to totally shift gears. But we really do try to meet women where they're at, take a look at what you're doing that is supporting you, but then help you make those tweaks that you need to in your life to ensure that everything that you're doing is supporting you. Because you ladies
Mm.
are so smart. I mean, Marie, you were already doing some things that were the right things, right? You've
Mm.
researched it all, you've listened to other women. It's not like this is your first 2 seconds of trying to end your migraines. So, did you feel that the program was easy to kind of do that, take the things that you were doing and, shift this to work well for you?
Yeah, I did. I think the thing about it that was so amazing was that it was so tailored around migraine. But it wasn't like this is the one thing that you have to do. It was like
Mm,
exactly like you said. It's like, what are you already doing that works? What can we add to that? What do we need to take away? But not in a way that felt like really intense. It was just,
mhm,
and I think everything I tried before, everyone was great that I saw. They were great practitioners, but there was never that real um understanding or expertise of migraine. It was just like, well, this is one little aspect that we can, like,
mm.
working on my neck or something, and it's
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, that helps a bit, but it's like I feel like the course just really kind of brought everything together. So it was like, oh, I'm already doing that, but I could add to it, or I can just tweak that a bit. So it wasn't really, really hard. I mean, it was challenging in moments because I had to,
yeah,
we have to sacrifice some things if we want to get better, but it just felt manageable, and it just felt very kind of organic, really, in that sense, I think. Yeah.
I love that. And yeah, and I'm sure a lot of the people that you worked with before us, actually gave you some great stepping stones. Like many
Mm.
people will go work with a dietitian,
Yeah.
so they're shifting their diet, they're making changes. Many people will go to a chiropractor, and maybe you do have some things out of alignment, but it's taking all those pieces and then really putting them together in a way that's right for you and trying to give you this one package instead of having to go to this doctor and this alternative therapy and that alternative therapy, because that's where I feel like it gets overwhelming when you
Yeah.
had so many hands in the pot and you don't know, okay, who is helping, what is helping, am I doing the right things? Because you don't know. You hadn't achieved migraine freedom yet, so you had no idea if the things that you were doing were taking you in that right direction. Um,
Mm.
and I can imagine, like, think about yourself at like 15 weeks. If you weren't, into the program, if you weren't exactly where you wanted to be, if you weren't working with someone, maybe you would have quit. How long
Yeah.
do you go before
Mm.
you realize this is right or wrong, right?
Yeah.
Did that ever kind of cross your mind at any point in time during the program? Like, I wonder if this really is working.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because I don't know if you remember, but I felt like I got a little bit worse first,
Yes.
and then I got better. And I think that was really crucial, actually, was actually a really good thing,
Hmm.
because I mean, so much happens in the program, but one of the things that showed me was like how my mindset can be,
Yeah.
in that it's like I put a lot of pressure on myself.
Mhm.
Like, I need to be, I've got however many weeks left. Like, I need to be better. I need to be doing everything perfectly. And what that did, of course, was it just like made things worse. And so realizing that allowed me to, with your support, because I think I remember sending you a message like, I feel worse. And then you really supported me to just take a step back and to just realize, and then everything changed after that. And I think in the last few weeks of the program, I was down to no migraines, apart from the hormonal ones. I think, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And it was that moment of just, hang on, and it's not just with my migraines,
Yeah.
that is a mindset that happens in my life.
Yeah.
And oh, I wonder how much putting pressure on myself is impacting getting migraines. So that's been a huge, huge help for me. And I've actually worked on that mindset massively since I finished the program. And I think that's been really, actually, that's been crucial because I do think that there's a huge emotional component to my migraines. But if
Mhm.
I hadn't done the program, I wouldn't have had the strength to be then able to go on and work on that separate, like separately.
Yeah.
So the program has given me the space to work on my my emotional states and things. So yeah, really, really interesting.
Yeah, it's like peeling back the layers of the onion, right? And I
Mm,
think so many of us, especially if you've had migraines for a long time, you want to get to the end. You want to get to the results. You want it all to happen months ago, years ago, right? You don't want to have to wait. So it's almost like we want to jump in and just get to that center. And when things don't happen that quickly,
mm,
we get frustrated and we want to give up. But when you can just think about it that way, like, let me peel back one layer. I'm going to work on electrolytes. I'm working on nutrition. I'm working on sleep. I'm working on my mindset. And each layer that you peel back allows you to get to the next layer and the next layer until you're able to achieve what you've achieved. I remember you saying in the very beginning when we talked on a migraine breakthrough call, you said that and you've mentioned it a couple times already, that you were blaming yourself. I'm not
yeah.
exercising enough. I'm lazy.
Mm,
I haven't properly dealt with my emotions. So here's all this negative talk, which of course, when it's so common, right? We all do it. I did it. But when you have that, you are inhibiting your process, your
yeah.
progress
Mm.
you know so do you kind of think now looking back that those were things that held you back, but if do you think that without support, if you tried harder, like if you kept telling yourself, I'm lazy, I got to try harder, do you think you would have gotten those results on your own?
No, oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, I was like in a hole. That's how I
Mm.
kind of describe it. And I was in that negative state. And every time a migraine came, I was so disappointed. And then so like, what have I done? What caused it? Because that is the hardest thing that I found about migraine was it's like, what's caused this?
Yeah.
Like, what have I eaten? What have I done? Oh, maybe I'm too emotional. Maybe I'm this, maybe I'm that. And it's like, oh, it was like torture, just
Yeah.
living in this torture and then just feeling like so defeated. So no, I think I couldn't have got out of that on my own. Like I really needed support to do that. And like I said, the course has given me like the space
Hmm.
to be able to work on many things. And I actually, which I never ever thought I would say, my migraines have actually been quite I guess, an important part of my life because they've really shown me like what happens when things build up, when
Hmm.
when we have inflammation, when I mean my migraines followed like the death of my mum and
Hmm.
caring for my mum, so there was a huge emotional component to that and all sorts of things, but I guess they just came to show me something really, but I
Yeah.
couldn't see that without the support, definitely not.
I love that. And I think it was your chiropractor that kind of said something to you about pain, if I'm remembering correctly. That there are things
Yeah.
going on in your body. And when that pain comes, it's your body telling you, hello, stuff has been going on inside that really isn't right. And since you haven't corrected it, here's a little pain to try to, warn you that you really need to do something. I'm
Yeah.
sure you said it a little bit differently, but I think I'm kind of summing it up right, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, and it's an amazing reminder for me that actually because yeah, she said pain is the last thing to show up,
Hmm.
and then it's often the first thing to go. But then she said it's really important that you don't just think, oh, it's gone now, and then just go back because the inflammation is still going to take time to work through just because the
Yes.
pain's gone. So actually, that's a really good reminder for me to remember that.
And
Yeah,
I'm so glad that you said that because so many people are like, okay, I'm going to work on my migraines for 4 months and I'm going to be done. Like they may join the Freedom from Migraine method and think because the program they joined was 4 months or the one they joined was 9 months, that it's like an end date and that you're done and finished. It's not like a book, right? Where you're done and finished and you put it on a shelf. It is a lifelong
hmm
journey. And even though you can feel different, which I'll let you share in just a second how different you feel now, but even if 4 months, if you feel totally different, you still have to adapt some of those things for life. Like we can't go around eating pizza and drinking beer every day, like we're
No.
20-year-olds and stay up all night, till 2 in the morning and not exercise. And, we have to honor our body, but we can still do that in a way where we can still have some fun, where we
Yeah.
can still enjoy the foods that we eat, where we can still be with our friends and family. And actually, more so, we can do those things because of knocking that inflammation down. Our body is more willing to say, sure, eat that piece of cake and you're okay. But when
Yeah.
you're still inflamed in the background, your body's like, no, 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 no. I do not want you to eat that piece of cake because it's not good for you right now.
Mm. Mm.
So think about before the program to now, Marie. How were your migraines then and how are they now?
Yeah, so before the program, I was having on average 2 migraines a week that lasted like 2 days. So about 4 days a week of migraines, but then like either side of that, sort of quite a lot of like a range of different emotions that were
Hmm.
really strong with it. So really, yeah, like I was losing 4 to 5 days a week, I would say.
Hmm.
Um, and then around my cycle, I would get like a consistent migraine for like anywhere between 5 and 11 days. Um, and then now I don't have any migraines at all,
Get
which
your
is just so
smile when
great.
you say that.
Apart from maybe like one day of my cycle, I get like, and it's not even, I wouldn't even really, I can literally, I feel something.
Hmm.
And I probably, because I'll usually have work, I'll probably just get up and have a cup of coffee. And maybe if it's starting to feel a bit much, maybe like an ibuprofen. And then an hour later, I'm fine. And that's it. So I'll take that. I'm happy with that.
You think you'd
And
ever get there?
sorry,
Did you think you'd ever get there?
no, no, I actually still don't really believe I'm there in a way. It's really weird. It's like, I was just saying to my husband this morning, I was like, gosh, like, I just, I don't even really think, I mean, I do think about it. That's not true. Like, I
Yep.
do still think, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, and I need to
Yep.
make sure I don't do that. But I'm not like rigid with that now. I'm like,
Right.
oh, how much have I drank? Have I had my salt water? All of those things because I'm really they're really important. But I'm not like I don't have the fear.
Yeah.
I'm not like, will I have I mean, I looked at my diary and it's like full. And I don't think about that now. Even on the week of my hormonal week, it's
Hmm.
full. And I'm like, that's fine. If I get a little bit of something, I'll be all right with that. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah,
because
it's
you used to
like,
schedule things around kind of around your pain, right? Like I can't do
yeah,
too much this week and you
yeah,
have a busy business, where
yes.
you have a lot of work to do and people kind of count on you, you need to
Mm.
show up. So
Yeah.
how amazing that you don't have to think twice about putting something in your diary.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. And I will admit, like I do, because it's still early for me. When did I finish? I can't remember now. Was
I
it
don't know.
like it's
Couple,
been like has it been a
I want to say
month, 2 months,
3 months.
about 3 months, I think. So
Yeah.
so it's progressively got better. But it's funny because I still kind of think, will I wake up tomorrow with a migraine? Like, and then I wake
Yeah.
up and I'm like, I don't have one. Like I'm still adjusting, definitely. But it's always like a lovely moment when I wake up and I'm like, I'm fine.
Oh, it's
It's
so
really nice.
great. And
Yeah.
I just looked, it's been about 2 months, a little over
Two
two
months.
months. Um,
Okay. Yeah,
which
that sounds
is
about right.
great to see because you haven't been like full-fledged in the program. You're doing
No.
this kind of on your own and you're living your life.
Yeah.
You're living your
And
life.
I am like I'm still sticking to the program, but um I am enjoying like a piece of cake
Yeah.
with a friend or like, I am having coffee and it's fine and like yeah, but I'm just making sure that I'm like having enough water and my electrolytes and good fat. That was a really big thing for me. And
Mhm.
yeah, lots of things just and I know and it's like that everything that you've taught me is with me. So it's like if I have a day where I'm like, oh, hang on, like I got up really early and I didn't get much sleep, like what do I need to do today? Like it's always
Mhm.
there. So it's taken away that sense of I think what it's given me is control and power back over my own life. Like it's not, I'm not a victim anymore. Like I was very much a victim to, of course I was because, well, I was, because it just felt like it was just, I had no control. So I
Yeah.
just felt like a victim. And now I'm like, no, that's all right. You know, you've maybe had too much of that today, so you need to do this and you'll be okay. And then yeah, I feel like I'm not scared of it anymore, which is really nice.
And
Mm.
that's exactly how we want each and every one of you to live. As you're doing the work and you're knee deep in it and you're still getting a lot of migraines, there might be some days where things feel a little restrictive. Like I really want that birthday cake, but I'm still getting, 5 migraine days a week. It's probably not a good idea
No.
because your inflammation is so high that
Mm.
we're really trying to knock it down as quickly as we can, right?
Mm.
And that's where you might feel that little restriction some people might talk about. But the goal is, like Marie, to be able to live your life and not be fearful. Even if Marie didn't, wasn't susceptible to migraines, you still shouldn't be eating cake 5 days a week, right?
No.
You still shouldn't be eating or drinking wine 7 days a week, whatever it is. So you want to get back to that point where you can make choices that a healthy person should be making,
Yeah.
because some of these things that we love and enjoy, they are treats. They are
Mm.
special. We should have them, but again, they don't become a treat when you have it every day. As much
No.
as I would love to eat, chocolate cookies and ice cream every single day of the week. But I went camping this weekend. I enjoyed them. I didn't think twice about it, but I came
Yeah.
home and today we'll eat super clean this week. I'll get extra water in. I went to bed, at like 9 o'clock last night, and that's okay.
Mm.
I'm totally good with that, and I'm sure you
Mm.
are too, where you just make that happy balance.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's
Yeah.
actually nice because it's like, oh, I can enjoy myself without this like tightness, fear. And
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, now I want to just really like look after, yeah, like bring myself back into balance. And it just feels, yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I am so happy for you, and I'm so thankful for you sharing today because I think a lot of people needed to hear that emotional side, you know, and how our brain really can impact the decisions that we're making about our health. Because
Yeah.
think about it, if you didn't have that 9-day migraine, how long would it have taken you emotionally to be ready to do a program, right? I mean, it might have taken you longer, and then you might have had more time with that pain when you didn't need to. So I think it's
Yeah.
important that we all do a little soul searching about what it
Mm.
is we really want. What do we want
Yeah.
out of life? How present do we want to be? How much do we want to enjoy it? Are we thinking about the fact that we get one chance here, one chance on
Yeah.
this earth to really enjoy? And how much do you want to enjoy it? Do you want to be in pain or not? So I think it's great that you were able to tap into that
Mm.
and be able to go through the program in a way that, yes, you had some ups and downs, physically and emotionally,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but you got to the end. So, is there anything else before we end today that you would like to share with these ladies that are where you were last February, or January?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say honestly, like, oh, it's so worth it to be where I am now. I'm living my life and I just can't tell you. It's like even just walking and exercising, like I can do it now again. Like being out for a walk, I'm not like exhausted and it like aching and everything just feels more, oh, I don't know, balanced and I feel like alive again and it's so worth it. And yes, it like you said, it has its ups and downs, but so does anything that's worth it.
Mhm.
Anything that requires effort is worth it because yeah, like if it was easy, then it probably wouldn't have the results. I think this is part of having pain, having chronic pain, is there's things that need to be worked through, there's things that need to be resolved, and that's not going to be easy, but that makes the kind of that makes the result far more satisfying actually. I think if someone had just given me a tablet, I'd have been like, oh yeah, I just took a tablet and I had those migraines that time. But it's like, well, actually, I worked for this. I did some soul searching. I worked on my emotions and on my people pleasing and all of those things. And as a result, my whole life's different. I'm
Yeah.
freer than I've ever been, actually, even before the migraines. So it's, yeah, I would say don't even hesitate. Just do it. It's worth it. 100%. And you meet amazing women as well. Everyone's so lovely.
Aw. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you left us on a perfect note that it just was a reminder that when we work on migraines, we're not just working on migraines.
No.
You literally are changing your life. Yes, we can help with other symptoms, and other symptoms can go better, but I'm talking emotionally changing your
Mm.
life.
Mm.
The women that I talk to that have lost friends, because the friends kind of get tired of saying, when you tell them, I can't come again, I can't do
Mm.
this, or the strain on your relationships,
Yeah.
I can see a lot of spouses that,
Mm.
and I don't blame the spouses, but after a while, it's like, oh my, again, you have a migraine again, you have a
Yeah.
migraine every day, it puts a toll on the family. It can
Mm.
put a toll on your job. It can put a toll on just you in general enjoying life. So to be able to change that, I don't know, in my
Yeah.
opinion, it's priceless.
Yeah, and you reminded me of something, Debbie. I remember when we'd had the first conversation and I didn't sign up, and then I watched something that I can't remember what it was, but something that you'd done, and you said, you told a story about, what you were losing. You were like,
Hmm.
what have you lost?
Yeah.
And it still makes me emotional like, when I think
Yeah.
about that to this day, because it was actually that, I think. It was
Yeah.
like somebody acknowledging what I had lost. Like nobody acknowledges that really because they don't know what it feels like.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, yeah, I've lost so much. And the biggest part of that was actually losing myself, which
Hmm.
once you've lost yourself, it's like,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was a huge motivating factor actually when I thought, wow, this person really gets it, like what we lose. And I was
Yeah.
like, right, I want to get that back. I'm gonna join. join.
You just gave me goosebumps because that is one thing. I mean, I am very happy where I'm at. I had 10 years of daily migraines. I have
Mm.
now been almost over 10 years migraine free. So I'm in a great place, but there's still, when I really sit down and think about the years that I lost of my kids growing up, I've
Oh.
always wanted to be a mom. I wanted to have two
Mm.
kids. I wanted a boy and a girl. That's what I had. And I spent most of their youth with migraines. And
Wow.
that is still the thing. And I have a wonderful relationship with my kids now. They were camping with me over the weekend. They're all in their late 20s and 30s. So it's amazing. They still want to hang out with mom. But when I think about that, I'm like, I do not want anyone to ever have
Mm.
to do that. I don't want anyone to want so badly to be a mom and then really miss it. I mean, my kids,
Yeah.
they grew up, TV was their nanny a lot. Readily
Mm.
admit it. But what can you do?
No.
Nine
Yeah.
pills a month, daily migraines, so
Yeah.
being able to look at the joy that I have now, I mean, I think that's one of the best exercises. And we do that in the program as well. We ask people, what have you missed? Because
Yeah.
that's a great motivator to keep you working when it's hard. Because the
Mm.
program can be challenging sometimes when you don't feel well. But then what is it you want? Because we want to
Yeah.
make sure we can get you there.
Mm.
We want to help you get there. And you can see by the smile on your face, Marie,
Yeah.
you've gotten there.
I have. Yeah, and I think that's so key. It's like because it feels so lonely, the community is vital. The support that you get on the program is vital because you're suddenly not alone. You're with a load of people who get it and they're so supportive. I think I was wrote many times on the Facebook group when I was struggling and got so much help and support back, and it just instantly lifts you
Yeah.
and keeps you going because yeah, like you say, some days you're like, oh, I've slipped with that or that's happened. And it's like, yeah, we all do.
You are all amazing. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for sharing your story. I know this is going to mean so much to so many. And if anyone has any further questions, do not hesitate to jump into the Women's Migraine Freedom Group. Post a question for Marie, post a question for myself. We'll make sure that we get it answered. At the end of the day, we just want what's best for you.
Mhm.
Whatever that is, whatever is going to help you achieve your migraine freedom, that is our wish for you. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Marie. Here's to your migraine freedom, and we'll see all of you in the group, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.